Hello again, friends! It is once again that Elden Ring time. And I'm switching the camera back on. There we go, I'm here. Hello! Let's get on with it, shall we? We have the Black Bow playthrough currently ongoing. This is run 28 of 408, in theory. And the Black Bow kicks all kinds of butt. I have been leveling between streams. We've been over here at Morgott Palace. I have like 7 runes right now because we're at level 122. We're close to the point where it needs 100,000 runes to level up. We got Godric's Great Rune active. We might switch that out for Radagon's or Morgott's at some stage because Radagon's would give us a bit more FP, but I have been investing a little bit in Mind, and Godric's Great Rune obviously gives us a bit of Mind as well. We also now have 25 Faith, which is enough for us to be able to use Golden Vow. So I'm going to go and grab the Golden Vow incantation from Mount Gelmir. We already have Flame Grant Me Strength, and those are both going to be able to buff the damage output for our bow. Plus we have Fire Scorpion Charm, Fire Arrows. I need to go and get the Spear Talisman. We're going to be going and getting the Arrow Soaring Sting Talisman, which will stack with regular Sting but not Arrow's Reach. And I'm also going to go and get the Spear Talisman today, because that's a pretty easy one. My notes for today just say, acquire Spear Talisman, acquire Arrow Soaring Sting Talisman, kick everything's ass. But I think we're going to get the incantations lined up as well, just for free extra damage, especially since we now have 25 Faith. And any additional runes I get will work towards making 25 Faith a permanent stat that we can have without the rune arc, in case we want to switch. Swap. To swip and swatch. Anyhow, we will also potentially be farming some runes just to get hold of more arrows, but I think Fire Arrows will take us through most of this, except for Fire Giant and Godskin Duo. But we can switch to different types of arrows for those. I think Poison still works on Fire Giants and probably on Godskin Duo as well. But also Sleep Arrows will be very useful against Godskin Duo, to at least put one of them to sleep while we tangle with the other. To swish and slam dunk, yes, that. Exactly that. So we should just be able to make our way up to the shack up here where we get Golden Vow. Might have to run away from Anastasia the Tarnished Eater at some stage. But most of this is going to be avoiding dogs, I think. Nice. Oh, if I faced the right way, that would help. But I had no stamina left. And this is what I need the Spear Talisman for, because the Spear Talisman increases the damage you deal when counterattacking with piercing weapons. And arrows automatically count as piercing weapons because they deal piercing damage. Which means we get some very easy counterattack damage because a lot of the stuff we're going to be fighting will be attacking us a lot. This, by the way, is another potential way of killing Anastasia the Tarnished Eater, is luring her into this area and getting her killed by the Abductor Virgins, which seem to basically team kill everything. But now we can just get on the horse and run away, because we don't need to fight her, and I can't be bothered. Although we're still in harm's way until we get out of the area that has all the abductors. And from here, we're actually going to go to... yeah, we'll go to Lakeside Crystal Cave first. The Spear Talisman is just inside, so we don't even have to fight a boss for it. I like the hippo emote. That's very good. Yeah, I think I've got a full stock of fire arrows now. And the cave is right here. By the way, this sword is hilarious. This is the Nagakiba, obviously. We used it in the last stream a little bit, just as a melee supplement to this bow playstyle that we've adopted. And it's hilarious that this sword, when it's in its sheath at least, sticks through the ground. Like, if you're standing on the ground, the end of the sheath clips through the terrain. And I'm like, why did they make the sword this long? If it's graphically not even going to work. Also, it seems entirely impractical. Except just have a longer sword than your opponent. It is Elden Ring in time. Right, now we have the Spear Talisman. We can't get a gravesite plane unless we're out the cave. But we are going to head back to the DLC. And we're going to basically do the ride to get Spear Talisman, which should not take too long. Everything in Elden Ring is designed for pure practicality. Yes, including the sword that is made out of many hands and various other bits and pieces. Like I said, shouldn't need to fight anything while we're here, so we'll equip Spear Talisman instead of the Ritual Sword anyway. But, yeah, we don't have any need to collect Shadow Tree fragments or anything like that. So the goal here is to get to Fog Rift Fort, which will require us to bypass Castle Ensis, go to Shadow Altus, and then double back. Should be a nice, easy ride through the DLC. It's a slippery slope when you start bringing realism into Elden Ring. It is. This is true. And there are honestly so many things that clip through other things, like armor that clips through hair and vice versa. So I do think it's a little bit ridiculous for me to expect the sword to behave perfectly when it comes to physics, but, like, look at this. It's basically fishing inside the ground right now. We're going to ignore the Furnace Golem if the Furnace Golem ignores us. Although it's very tempting on some upcoming runs to get hold of the mixed physic tier that allows for perfect guards, because we have a guard counter build coming up after Black Knife. Summon my noble steed. Church of Elak. Do our usual serpentining thing. Get wrecked. Excuse me. We'll be coming back here for the perfume bottles at some stage soon as well. Although I think the chilling perfume bottle is a little bit further away. Good news is, this Spirit Spring, even though we don't have either of the shackles, is nice and easy to unlock. So we shouldn't have any issues with that, but if we get Moog Shackle in future, it makes it doubly easy. Great view of Jagged Peak as well. We'll be back for Bloodfiend's Arm in an upcoming playthrough too, so we'll look forward to using the weapons that those guys are trying to hit me with. to make them smell nice? It probably does. So yeah, this Spirit Spring is the one we need to unlock. Which is very easy to do if you have either of the shackles, but the cairn for it is just up here. Can I shoot this? Oh, I can. How lovely. Something else the black bow can do. I also learned that if you do this, you can actually land outside of Fort of Reprimand and skip the whole thing where you sneak past the Omen Killer and drop down out of here. You just have to ignore the fact there's two abducted virgins, which is pretty easy once you've got a horse. I saw somebody else do that, and I was like, why haven't I been doing that? Anyway, welcome to Shadow Altus via Morth Ruins and this Ghost Flame Dragon who will completely ignore. Dug up your first piece of Deep Slate Emerald ore. Very nice. Congrats. Very exciting find always. Yeah, see this giant hammer that the guys on the horses are wielding with the car door shield? That is the weapon that we're going to be playing with in a couple of runs' time after the Black Knife, and that is the one that has like a special holy burst that it does if you guard counter. So that's the one I actually need to get good at guard counters for, which is going to be really fun. We're going to do parrying a little bit more with the Black Knife because it's our first dagger build, but then we will have the Black Steel Great Hammer to play with after that. Okay, that's our checkpoint. Now I have to remember how to get down to Fog Rift Fort, which I think is you head along the cliffs over here, and then there's a bunch of rocks to drop down from. It has been a while since I've done this, but I think it's on the opposite side of this waterfall here. Ignore the Messmer Soldier. Is it over here somewhere? Yes, we'll take this Grace. Just to make sure I don't come a cropper on this drop. And then getting down here this way? Oh yeah, of course, because there's the scaffold kind of bit there. Right, well, we'll drop down there. I think this is a fall we can make. Then that. Then this. We're in, lads. Okay, so for this one, that's pretty easy. Okay, that one didn't work so well, but never mind. He's got it like directly on his head. That's amazing. Thing to remember here is I don't have any of the scaling items from the DLC, so I am a little bit weak here. Come on, run this way. He's not going to be close enough. Oh, never mind. Okay. That'll do. We've got one guy to deal with in the next room. Forgot that there were some barrels right down there as well. That would have been helpful. Nice. There is a guy just around the corner here. Yeah, never mind. We'll slip past him. And then the Frog Knight comes out of this room, but we'll ignore him as well. He may not... Oh, no, he has seen us, but we can slip around the side of this. Get up the ladder here, and I believe we're out of his aggro range. Nice. Top of this ladder, we should have our Talisman. Sick. And then that replaces this. Because it can't replace that. We are good to go back to the base game. So now we have everything we need except for a Sacred Seal to cast the incantations with. So that's probably our next port of call, is getting the Finger Seal from Round Table. We shouldn't need to level this up because... let's put it here. Might as well. Yeah, like buffs don't really benefit from incant scaling, to my understanding, so we'll just get some straight up buffs. And in this case, I think Memorize Spell, Flame Grant Me Strength, Golden Vow. Although Golden Vow lasts longer, right? So we probably want to have them the other way around. Like that. And now we can go fight Morgotts. So, as far as talismans go, we are pretty well set up at this point. We have the 3 talismans that are effective with a bow, plus 1 that increases our fire attack. We can swap that out for maybe Ritual Sword Talisman. Or maybe something that increases the damage of, like, some other type of elemental affinity. We'll get some more Serpent Arrows. I'm pretty sure I have a decent amount of those already. Yeah, I've got, like, a full stack of those, and I've got Golden Arrows. I don't know if there's a... There is a Holy Scorpion Charm. I forget where it is, though. And I don't think Sacred Damage does immense amounts to Fire Giant. The Scorpion Talisman does increase fire attack, but at the cost of lowering our damage negation. So let's try out our little buff routine here, and we'll attempt a flame barrage on the Black Knight Assassin as she's getting up. We'll do like this. Yeah, cool. Okay, I lost lock on somewhere there. Get trounced. Absolutely filled with arrows. Oh, right, we still have the Moog bubble. We should get rid of that. Anastasia's final form in Kaled drops the Sacred Scorpion Charm. Huh. That makes sense. Strength Not a Tier could help, but I'm wondering if maybe Green Burst is better. Okay, Morgott time. Yeah, so we could go and fight Anastasia at Smoldering Church and get the Sacred Charm from there. And that would give us Holy Arrows dealing more damage against Fire Giant. We could also summon Melina for this fight if it doesn't go our way, but let's go fight Morgott and see how we do. Gonna take a sip of tea while this cutscene plays.
Graceless, tarnished.
Yes, to my understanding, all the Black Knife Assassins are canonically female.
What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden.
If only we had Affinity in Infinity in Elden Ring. That's going to be a case in Night Rain, I believe. Is that you don't have to worry about ammo, which is nice because there's not really time to sit around and craft
General
stuff.
Radagon,
The Black Wife Assassins, right?
Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece.
His hairy arm.
Pillagers, emboldened
And his hairy
by
hair.
the flame of ambition.
Lands Between has a lot of girl bosses, a lot of gatekeepers too.
Lit upon thy meager grave.
Not so much Gaslight though.
Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
Let's go. Problem is I want range here, and is he going to give me any? Is he beard? Yep, thought so. I'm fine with that because I realised I forgot to buff as well. I don't have a whole lot of runes to lose either, so I'm not that worried. Also, do I not get a Stake of Marika there? I guess not, because the Grace is really close by, but... Just kind of surprised. I thought there was a Stake of Marika, like, here or something. Doesn't really matter either way. Hey, Tinker, welcome in. Gaslight could apply to anything fire-breathing. That's also true, yeah. The dragon's Gaslight. See, this is my problem, is that now having died to Morgott, I lose the Flame Grant Me Strength buff. Or I lose the ability to, not Flame Grant Me Strength, Golden Vow. Then I also gain a great deal of distance on him, with which to barrage. Okay, it would help if I could see what you're doing there, bud. Oh, dodge the grab, very nice. Okay, okay, this is looking better. Do you need to heal, though? Nice. Another quick heal after that. Yeah, that's the problem, is we start getting into the enemies who can just sidestep arrows. And with a single arrow remaining, there we go. GG. Why are most of the bosses so flippy? Because they can be. There's a jump button in this game. Sorcerer or Samurai to start with, you're new to Elden Ring. I think Samurai is a really good all-rounder. I think Sorcery, while it's a fun playstyle, might not gel with everybody to begin with. But remember, you can restart at any time, so... So at this point, if we wanted to talk to Morgott, he'd tell us that the thorns are preventing anybody from entering the Erd Tree, but that's pretty obvious as it is.
Allow me.
All right.
Unprevented. The thorns, a husk. The only way.
The thorns, a husk.
So I'd like to the flame then and guide.
Thanks, Mel. All right. We're at plus 10 flasks, yes. So we should be able to get to plus 12, do Fire Giant. Which playthrough do you have to panic change arrows because you ran out in Elden Beast? I think that was Ansbach's longbow because the Ash of War on that absolutely eats arrows because it fires like 8 at a time. Did I beat this guy already? Oh no, I guess I didn't. Well, here's somebody else who could use a bit of fire damage. Ran out of stamina on that last one. It buffered an input. Oh, wrong one. Sweet. Always a fun fight. So I think we might use some of our current rune budget buying more rune arcs just to make sure that we can get through this next little bit, but as I said before, if we can level, we're going to level into Faith just to make sure that if we lose Godric's Great Rune, it's fine. Surprised any of the buildings in Elden Ring are still standing with enemies wielding weapons that size? Yeah. Basically everything has a sledgehammer or a wrecking ball for a weapon once you get past a certain level. Three more black weapons after this? Yes. Black bow is followed by black knife and then black steel, great hammer and twin blade. Last dude looked like he had the broken pendulum for Big Ben. You can imagine those made for pretty substantial clock tower ornaments. And then Jack Black. I can't remember if Jack Black was one of the ones I was planning on naming the next couple of playthroughs after. I have a couple of fun character names coming up, but how about Blackbeards? That is an option in the character creator. Excuse me, lad. Yeah, the architecture is earthquake tested by Godfrey, yes. I still got that flask bonus. Stamina regen's so good. I don't think there are many other sacred tiers that would benefit us. I don't know if Millicent's prosthesis and the other, like, ritual sword and stuff would be procced by bow fire. I don't know if it's, like, subsequent melee attacks. Because barrage obviously does damage pretty fast. How have the torch runs been going? Oh, Beast Repellent Torch was amazing. The next torch we have, I think, is... not for a while. I think it's... Ghost Flame Torch? I think it's one of those. Black Beauty? No, I think that's the horses the Knights Cavalry are riding. Hello? Excuse me? Trying to get around a tree without immediately running off a cliff is yet another of the unexpected bosses in Elden Ring. It's a field boss. Encountered on basically every cliff near a tree. It goes Flame Torches next, and then there is Sentry's Torch, Steel Wire Torch. The one I think is just called Torch that you buy from Carlay. And I think there's one other that Grace would again bless. I don't know what the name of it is. Oh, there's a torch pole. I think that's what it is. It's like a spear with a torch on the end. I don't think we'll need to take the Grace here. We will be going to the snowfields on the next run because no Black Knife playthrough would be complete without the Black Knife Assassin's armor set, and that's in the Consecrated Snowfield, so we have to go and get that. But I don't think we'll need anything from the snowfield on this run. B, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome on in. This is the Black Bow run. This is my character, Black Betty. And we are on our way to Fire Giant, having just beaten Morgott in 2 attempts. The first one I didn't buff properly. Yeah, folks, if you want to watch another Elden Ring streamer, I stumbled into B's stream the other night. She's currently on a randomizer speedrun challenge. Super fun to watch. Having made the most puckered character I've ever seen in Elden Ring. Well, that may not be true. There are some absolute freaks out there, but turns out if you set all of the sliders in this game to 69, you end up with a character who looks like they've eaten all the lemons in the lands between. She is a spectacle. She really is. She's like constantly tasting sour. Is she called Lemon Crab? No. She's called, I believe, Mother Pucker. Quite proud of that one. End up no-hitting Maliketh in that tiny-ass room. Very happy with that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, Rando basically taught me the Maliketh fight. I have no trouble with it now because I had to fight him in Radagon's arena where there's no cover. There's no, like, weird arena things to throw him off halfway through a move. And, yeah, I basically had to learn and understand that fight and then fight Valiant Gargoyles. So I had to get good enough at the fight that I had enough flasks left to fight 2 Valiant Gargoyles scaled to Elden Beast. So I'm not really afraid of anything in this game anymore, except maybe Melania. Feel like I know him now? Yeah. The trick is usually just to get behind him, but he's got a couple of attacks that are a little bit rough, and you've got to leave yourself enough stamina to roll, because he comes out pretty quick with some of the slashes. Interesting how the only hand-to-hand arts in the game are almost back-to-back in the A to Z list. Yeah, there's Dryleaf Arts and Dane's Footwork. And annoyingly, Dane's Footwork is the first one we have to get, but it's the one where you basically have to get to the end of the DLC and acquire it from beating Dane in the the gank fight against Leda and allies. Malenia's my favorite fight, so not worried if I get hurt. Yeah, I've only ever fought her solo, like, once or twice. I've done a couple of co-op runs, so we've fought Malenia in one of those. And even then, it was like 2 of us and 2 Mimic Tears. With, like, all of the cheesiest weapons we could possibly conjure. And it just about worked. Time to ignore a dragon. So just to catch anybody up who's new here, be included, the whole point of the Elden Ring A-Z is just to roll credits on the base game with every weapon in alphabetical order. I don't have to beat the DLC bosses. Sometimes I'll throw in some extra objectives, but the idea is that we start with a fresh character with every weapon that we can acquire before Fire Giant, because from Farum Azula onwards it kind of feels like you can't really get a good feel for a weapon against like the 5 bosses that are still required to beat the game after that. So, yeah, if we can acquire the weapon as soon as possible, great. We don't have to beat every Remembrance boss or anything unless I've chosen to do that as an added objective. But I'm setting those on like a case-by-case basis. We did an all-bosses base game run for the Battle Axe, which was the hero's starter weapon, so we did the entire game start to finish, basically, minus the DLC. And, of course, we will end up having to do some of the trickier parts of the DLC at some stage, because both of Radagon's great swords are going to be in there. At some stage, I'll want to do an all-incantations run, which means getting the incantation you get from the Golden Lord Remembrance, because Mikola has a spell that you get from that. So sooner or later, I'll end up doing all of it, but the goal really is to see as much of the game as we can by doing like individual runs that take us to occasional places that we don't always go to, which is why fights like Malenia remain kind of challenging to me, even though if I'd fought her like every weapon, every run, then I would have been able to be as good at that fight as I am with some of the others now. Yes, we're currently on weapon number 28 of 408, and this is the 15th weapon beginning with B. There are 13 weapons beginning with A, all of which we beat the game with already. Favorites so far have been Backhand Blade, Anvil Hammer. Ansbach's Longbow is pretty fun. Bastard Stars was surprisingly good. And, yeah, there's a few others that have just turned out really well for us. So, yeah, if we're doing Fire Shrouding on Fire Giant, we're not going to do so well. I think maybe we'll come back here, we'll get the Sacred Scorpion Charm from Anastasia, we'll get the Sacred Shrouding Tear from Liurnia, and maybe we'll switch to Holy Arrows instead of Fire Arrows against Fire Giant, because I would assume that if he's... Where am I going here? I would assume that if he's resistant to fire and cold, then holy damage is going to be okay. Lore-wise, it makes sense, because Marika went to war against the Giants, so I think it makes sense. I genuinely don't know what his Holy Resist stat is, though. Which letter has the most weapons? That would be a question for Broken Physics. Because I'm pretty sure Broken Physics made like a spreadsheet. S, 55, yeah, right. C has a ton of them. But, yeah. 55 weapons begin with S. Giving no quarter in this fight. Especially since she rolls everywhere. There you go. That went pretty well. So, Holy Arrows. In fact, yeah, we'll need to keep these on for Liurnia Tree Beast. Oh god, I've got no graces anywhere near there. I guess we could drop down from here, though. all the weapons starting with the aren't under T. There's not that many the something weapons in this game. There's a lot of, like, sword of this, sword of that. But yeah. Don't know, it's Elden Ring's 3rd anniversary today. Is it? Oh, how lovely that we ended up streaming it on this day and all. I'm so looking forward to Night Rain B. I don't know if you've been following anybody who's playing Night Rain, or I don't know if you got into the network test yourself. I only play on PC, so I had no chance, but I think Night Rain's going to be a fun diversion from this challenge when it comes out in May. So excited for it? Heck yeah. No, it's going to be fun. I've got a couple of folks who want to squad up already, so I'm hoping that we can get a little group together and I can maybe end up streaming with a bunch of folks that I have not had a chance to before. So that fight's pretty easy, and that should get us the mixed physic tier that helps with holy arrows, so we can swap that out for the one that currently does fire for us. There it is. Yeah, great. Okay, let's give this a try then. Same as you, PC only, but didn't want to play until its release. Yeah, that's also fair. I've seen a couple of videos of it and enjoyed the look of what I saw. I can already tell I'm going to be a Duchess main to begin with. But, yeah, we'll see how everything shakes out and what other people want to play and everything. We're getting a little bit more physical defense from these levels too, which is nice. Once you get to 125, I think natural physical defense kind of caps off unless you're leveling strength, so... We'll fight Okina and then we'll respec for the Fire Giant fights, or, well, at least rearrange our flasks and arrows and whatnot. Phil Swift levels of damage? I'm not certain I know the reference, but I'll take your word for it. Okay. Let's see how we do versus Okina. This is going to be a bit of a counter-punch fight, probably, because he rolls all the dang time. Fortunately for me, he doesn't heal. So I've got to wait for him to come in and attempt something like that. Yep, there we go. Problem is I'm an old man and my reflexes are quite bad, so I don't know how often I'll be able to get away with that before he hits me with the combo. Go on, go on. Bring it. You input reading swine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about, is corpse piler, blood loss. That's right, go down there to the birds and get pecked to death instead of me having to peck you to death instead. Nice. What's taking damage in the floor there? What's going on? I think that's the giant and the bird fighting down there. Oh, went right over his shoulder, that one. This lad's got the good hitboxes. Yeah, there you go. GG. That's gone better than some of the fights we've had against him lately, so that's not too bad for a bow. Alright, plus 12 flasks. Feels good. Feels good. Frosted mini yeets. I like it. I like it. That's the type of cereal I want to eat when I wake up in the morning. Okay, Wondrous Physic. Holy Tier. We could also maybe do Lightning. But we'll swap these for Golden Arrows because we can buy those. That went unbelievably well. Welcome in, Grady. Good to see you. We now require you to pay the pun tax. Okina doing his best Psycho Mantis impression. You play Stardew Valley. Alright, time to go and fight Fire Giant with a bow. I'm sure this will go well. How goes? It's going pretty well. We beat Morgott today. And went to the DLC briefly to get the setup we have now. We've got the DLC Arrow Talisman, Fire Scorpion Charm we can swap out for Sacred Scorpion Charm, and Spear Talisman gives us extra damage on piercing attacks, which arrows count as. So the whole thing is going pretty well. But yeah, aside from that, life is good. I was also considering maybe we can do it after the Fire Giant fight, but if we get Alexander to appear here, I wonder if Barrage is affected by Shard of Alexander. I feel like that'd be a really great call. Okay, no Snowplow starter, so that's good. We'll Golden Vow here. Switch back to the bow and unload. Okay, that's good damage. The great thing about Fire Giant as well is that he's a big target, so we'll pretty much be guaranteed to deal damage to him as long as the arrow lands somewhere on his person. And it does a fair bit when it hits him, like, in the face. Depends which face we're aiming for, though, I suppose, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I forgot he has those now. Kind of missed the fact that he'd done that. Yeah, Barrage isn't doing much now that I'm out of FP, but I can stick this one up his nose, look. Nice. Good dodge. Not as good a dodge. Need to make sure I at least heal through this. That one I can never dodge unless I'm on Torrent. Can't see where my character is. Thank you for that. There we go. We were close enough to dodge it that time. Okay, we got phase 2. Nice. We'll skip this cutscene this time. Oh, he staggered on the start of this one. That's wild. We can't really take advantage of that because I don't have a melee weapon, but he's been doing that lately. Didn't he do that on the last run as well? The mad taint of your newfound strength. Okay, let's get real here. Target this hands, wrists if we can. The one problem I have now is that I want to do some horseback archery, but it's never that accurate on big guys like this. Get him in the teeth. heard me try to whistle for Torrent there. I gave it my best. Oh, I'm out of holy arrows. That's why I keep checking my back pocket. Never mind. Forgot this guy's an absolute tank and is just eating all my arrows. Okay, that's probably all the good barrage is going to do us. Nope, that was a bad idea. As was that, but somehow it paid off. Yeah, if I try horseback archery here, I slow down too much. Bring down the beast. Get him in the face. No. Oh, close one. Oh, he was just about to elbow drop me. Nice. Okay, good fight. Clean fight. Very good, very good. Okay. First try Fire Giant, I'll take it. Yeah, Black Bow is where it's at. Like, legit, this is a very, very good weapon. Obviously, maining a bow is not for everybody, but I encourage you to give it a try. How's the run going so far? Pretty well. Sorry, that's me fumbling the controls. There we go. Now, it's going pretty well. I need to get up to 25 faith just in case I lose the rune arc. I can still use some of the buffs that I gave myself. I think we might need to switch to having additional blue flasks, because I'm not going through the health flasks too much. I think Maliketh might be a bit of an annoyance. But again, Barrage is here for a reason. And I don't think he's especially strong against fire. So maybe we'll switch back to our fire setup after Godskin Duo. Either way, we've got to Farum Azula, so the run is officially on its way to the end game now. We've got 6 runes left. Look at that. Are you prepared to commit, chap?
This world and death. Are you prepared to commit? Very well.
We're ready.
My hand.
Okie dokie. The Black Bow is off to Farum. We're going to skip these scenes as well because we know them at this point. I'm mostly watching the cutscenes if I want to use them as thumbnails. But it seems like this one might go the distance, so hopefully we'll see Elden Beast today. As far as what Godskin Duo are resistant to, do we think Holy and Fire is probably their strongest resistances? I know Sleep is the usual play. I'm kind of wondering if we go Sleep and maybe Poison, and then just stick to Physical. The Beasts, on the other hand. Yeah, just try it. We'll run through this next part. Can use consumables in this run, or is it strictly just bow? I'm usually pretty lax with like what I can use. I've got the sword here as a melee sidearm just because sometimes it helps to have a melee weapon, but for the most part I'm trying to do most of it with the bow. But yeah, I could use like throwing knives and whatnot, sleep pots if I had the recipe for them, that kind of thing. But like, I'm not doing like a challenge run with every run. Like, I've definitely seen some folks who just play through with only the weapon and they're trying to take down every boss with just the weapon and no other tools or assistance or anything, and I'm like, that's not for me. Most of the time I'm just trying to figure out what it is that makes each weapon kind of broken. That's my favorite thing about all of this. Where's the other guy gone? He's got a shield. Gonna ignore him. Just want to avoid the Beast Man Cirque du Soleil for a second here. God, my frames always drop when I go through this room. Should use consumables more in runs. I barely do because, yeah, no, like, I think if you're a strength build, you don't need them as much because it's just, like, about timing your hits and knowing the places to roll, but there's definitely some fun to be had from using every part of the game. That's sort of the reason I'm doing this run to begin with. It's my philosophy with a lot of games, really, is I'm kind of a completionist. Obviously, with the Minecraft stuff, it's like I want to be participating in as much of the game as I have the capacity for. And so, I'm the same with this game, really. I want to try out a bunch of different approaches, builds, styles, weapons. So here's the thing. If we summon Banal for this fight, chances are he's going to attack the one who we put to sleep with the arrows unless we split them up adequately beforehand. So I'm wondering if maybe... Okay, that should be far enough. I'm wondering if maybe we don't summon Banal and we try that at first, but I've only got a limited amount of sleep arrows, so I'm not certain what the best strat is here. Am I the same for Minecraft with vanilla? Yeah, I've played modded Minecraft a fair bit, but I always come back to vanilla. Vanilla's kind of my bread and butter. And the tutorial stuff I do on YouTube is always based in vanilla, so I've got a couple of modded series here and there, but it is rare that I dip into modded stuff too much. So here's the deal. I think we get in here. Maybe we buff now. We switch to the bow. I think we put Noble to sleep. And then we go after Apostle. Oh, and then I hit Noble by mistake and I woke him up. The problem is, sleep is going to take longer to proc the second time. And Noble's just going to try and wail on me in the meantime. I've got to do the counter punch if I can, but he's just going to get in the way. So we might as well try and sleep him again. Okay, cool. He's asleep again. activate that one. My bad. Dang it, the black flame killed me. Good to know that Noble stays asleep for that long. But, yeah, unfortunately, even with Noble asleep, Apostle is still a difficult fight. With the bow only. Yeah, that was going really well. Problem is, I've only got 5 sleep arrows left. I probably have the recipe for sleep bone arrows, but I need to go and farm some stuff. Right. Yeah, we'll try this one more time. And I think maybe we try without Banal again. We try and sleep Noble, we absolutely corner Apostle. And at this point, whoop, that would have been a really great time to take advantage of that. Yeah, I think we have holy arrows now. Yeah, we try and get him stuck in a place like that where he can't sidestep. Just refresh my blue for barrage if we can. Oh, he almost killed me with that. Pretty close. And now we try and just lay into this guy. Who, to be honest, is our ideal target because he's big and doesn't evade much. The main problem is this attack. But then we have adequate defenses for this if he gets the right angle on this, which he doesn't. Fortunately, he stopped rolling pretty quickly afterwards. And now Apostle is back. Main problem is just not getting fireballed from a distance here. Like that, for example. Okay, we got him down. Only problem is now Apostle can bring him back. Style points there. Okay, we'll lay into him while he's doing this, and that will help slightly. And Noble's back now. I didn't have enough stamina to roll from that. Okay, not doing too badly here, just got to stay patient. Use the room, use the arena. And of course avoid Noble when he starts rolling at me. And now I'm out of holy arrows, so... Nice. Good fight. Not bad for a second attempt. Benal's not all he's cracked up to be. I've been relying on him as a crutch for far too long. That's our 25 faith. But I'm going to go back and buy some rune arcs anyway, and we can respec for fire from Maliketh onwards. Gideon is going to be annoying as heck. But it's Gideon. He just is. Let's buy the remaining 3 of those. Don't think there's much else we can grab from here that will help. Equipment-wise, yeah, we could use a top-up on physical arrows and probably holy arrows. We might as well max out the flame ones. Let's put the fire scorpion charm back. What else can we really do? Yeah, I don't think putting 2 different elemental tiers on is going to make much sense, because we can just stick to fire. All right.
How nice.
Let's buy all of those and all of these. Let's warp to Bellum Church and buy the rune arcs from the merchant here. That's the wrong church, but never mind. Let's just go to church. Let's repent and find Marika in this case. The adrenaline was high for the Godskin Duo fight. I need to relax out of that now it's over. Beast Clergyman should be quite easy because you can keep him at range. Maliketh's going to be the real challenge. We're all good on arrows there. And we've got a decent amount of poison arrows, so I suppose that could be helpful. Bows are dex weapons and dex favors lightning. Possibly. I don't think it's possible to buy lightning arrows anyway. You have to craft them. The ingredients to craft them are easy enough to obtain, but I'm just trying to avoid too much like resource gathering on this playthrough. Oh, we've nailed it. I thought I was slightly too far off to the side there, but we've done it. I'm considering Shard of Alexander, but I honestly don't know what it would replace, other than maybe replacing Fire Scorpion Charm. Just for a general boost to using Barrage as a skill. But I don't know if that's the right play. Please just hit birds. Don't ask for much. But I think an archer should be able to hit the birds. Nice. Love that for us. Free feathers as well in case we do want to craft anything. Very nice. That bird, for whatever reason, can never get over that piece of masonry, and I'm kind of fine with that, actually. Easiest we've ever had it with them. Well, I just about survived that. Thanks for the rocks. We're going to run past all of these. They're all taking a nap, it's fine. Excuse me. Freaking Derek Zoolander over here. Okay, I will heal through this building and ignore you. Oh, the Beastman's Cleaver, my old friend. Good thing we topped up on arrows, because we used a fair bit in that segment, but here we are. We need probably both of these remembrances to level. Yeah, that takes us well over the mark. And with a losable amount of runes left, I think maybe we put some into health or endurance at this stage. Like, we're not getting a whole lot from... We might still get some from Dex investment. Superfuzzfeg, thank you for gifting sub to Blackclad. Very kind of you. Blackclad, enjoy that gift sub. Alright, we're gonna do the entire buff routine. I don't know why I'm not making the bow my main hand weapon. It sort of doesn't make any difference, but I'm just too used to the controls for a bow being the offhand weapon now. I still think I have the Holy Shrouding Crystal tier on. Just judging by the aura I have right now, so I think I need to switch that back to fire for this to be an effective strategy. This guy should be pretty easy, though. As long as I don't screw up any of these patterns. He's quite resistant to fire, actually, so... Physical seems to work better. Probably just the dragon resistance. Fire, lightning. Oh, got me in midair with that one. Still disappointed we haven't hit him in the head yet. He has a really funny headshot animation, but I'm just not getting the right angle for it. Nice. Decent fight. Which bow am I planning for status effects playthrough? The thing about status effects is it involves a lot of farming arrows, so if I can get away with it, I'm going to not worry too much about that, because the goal is not necessarily to try every possible strategy, but like if we want rot arrows, for example, we basically have to farm those from components. It's kind of a pain, but we'll see. What's up, Kev? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I need to change my mixed physics if I haven't already. Oh, I did. Okay, good. So that and Fire Scorpion Charm. Good. Okay, we are optimal. Great. Let me try putting the bow on my main hand slot and just having the seal in my offhand, because that feels like maybe it'd be... Yeah, like it still controls the same. It just makes it slightly easier to switch back to the bow after buffing. Okay, let's see how we do with Maliketh. Fortunately, I know this fight a lot better than I did last time we came through here with a bow. And I think, honestly, we have a better bow to do this with. Okay, he's poisoned. Great. That's a great start. Let's wait for stamina to build back up. Jump that. Barrage. Okay, yeah. The animation of knocking an arrow after he's been hit by that takes a little bit longer than I was hoping. He got covered behind the pillar there. Let's watch the Maliketh cutscene. I like this one. Am I finding it easier to do with bows the more I do them? I think so, yeah, but I'm fortunate in that the first bow was pretty standard. The second bow had a really great Ash of War. And this one is the bow that everyone uses for their bow-only runs because barrage is so good. Obviously, short bows have barrage too, but they also have a shorter range, so we'll probably do a similar setup for them, but it might work out slightly differently. I'm also planning on using some of the Destined Death incantations for the Black Knife run, because that's going to be a Faith Dex build, so I imagine we'll end up using Maliketh's Black Blade for that. Yeah, I've heard Bone Bow is also good, which is nice, because that's coming up soon as well. Okay, let's see how this goes. Dogfight! Okay, we got a couple of hits in there. Nice. Feels good. I need to get behind him for this, but that didn't help. Just gonna duck behind here. I think a lot of quick jump shots are going to be best for some of this. Hate that attack. Can never avoid that one properly. This feels so different to the melee fight, because in the melee fight I'm trying to get behind him for a counter attack, but in this playthrough I'm trying to get away from him for ranged accuracy. And in this he's probably gonna... Yeah, I think if you get far enough away from him during this moveset, he's actually out of range for his usual, like, anime attack shenanigans. So he doesn't follow up as often with the stuff that's really damaging, which is great. Because normally here he'd be doing this, and then front flipping into that. Yeah. And that's because we were close enough to him that he could do that. Rough. I think we've got a good strat, though. But unfortunately, it's a lot safer to get behind him for some of these attacks. So we're going to have to do that and try and time our counters the way we would with a melee fight. The good news is, after Gideon, I'm pretty confident with Hoarah, Loux, and I think Radagon is going to go down a lot faster because we're using fire arrows and we're stacked for fire damage. We might still have to do a little bit of roll and counter on Radagon, and then we'll see what happens with Elden Beast. Okay, you need to go into the arena to hit him. That's a good idea. Okay, I jumped backwards onto that one, I think. Okay, cool. We're into phase 2 pretty quick. Unfortunately messed up the opener, but that should be okay. I'll take my runes back, thank you. Okay, no, he does follow up with that. Okay, not too bad that time, though. Oh, so annoying. Q3, thanks so much for the 3 months. Just had confirmation you got selected for a job. Heck yes. That's what we like to hear. Congrats. Hope it all goes well for you. Okay, yeah, no, we got through Beast Clergyman pretty easily. Maliketh is a little rough. Third time's the charm? The Scorpion charm in this case. And yeah, arrows are fine. Alright. Let's open with poison like we did last time. Okay, this is easy enough to avoid. Nice. Good, okay. Yo, Q3, thank you so much. Incredibly generous of you with the 5 gifted. Let's see if that spurs us to victory here. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Can't let him roll at a diagonal towards me like that, that's the problem. I just got pinched by the pillar there. Okay, we're going to try this without the rune arc, because I am kind of wasting them right now. We'll have to do this without Gideon anyway. I mean, we'll have to do Gideon without a rune arc, because he's not especially friendly if you're a bow build. But I think we got the chops to pull this off. Studying for your legal final to Elden Ring is oddly motivational, yeah. It's all about overcoming adversity, right? Got to bear in mind, though, that my blue bar is going to be shorter this time around without the rune arc. Wonder if we should aim to poison him in phase 2 as well. I don't know how vulnerable he is to poison when he's in Maliketh phase. Okay, that's phase 2. Okay, we've got distance now, which means we get to barrage. Okay, he is poisoned now. Good. That's a true combo, man. I can never roll out of it the second half. Jenny, thank you for the 34. Working on triple nerd status. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, poison and rot, and I don't really have the stuff to craft rot arrows. But, yeah, poison in second phase is good. Obviously, I don't want to just toxic stall, but we might be able to. Yeah, sleep doesn't work on him the same way it does with Godskin Duo, sadly. Quick heal from that one. I've learned that I shouldn't be rolling that. He's almost at phase 2 anyway. There we go. I think the poison tick got him down there. Definitely using pillars for this one. See, I can never roll that. Like, I immediately try to roll it. Never happens for me. You get hit by the first one, you're getting hit by the next one. Rot does work as well as poison, I just don't have rot arrows, because you need the crafting recipe and the ingredients for them. You can't buy rot arrows anywhere, so I never bother crafting them, because you need to go all over the game for the ingredients. Mostly in Caelid and the Halig tree, but I don't really want to go to the Halig tree. By the time I would have done it, I'm probably beaten this guy anyway. But yeah, rot does work wonders. I think it's one of the few status effects Radagon is vulnerable to as well. So there's an argument to be made for using it, but my counter argument is that I can't be bothered. I don't think I picked up my runes on the last couple of attempts here, so there's sort of no point in getting them, but... The other unfortunate thing is that normally if you're fighting with a melee weapon, there's a chance that your last attack does like a lot more damage to him, and so he starts phase 2 with way less health. Did it again. Like, you get hit by one, you get hit by all three. Sometimes I pick up the runes because they're visually distracting. Yeah, you just kind of go, oh, wait a second, should I have got those? And your concentration drops. We're still fine for arrows, so I'm going to keep at this. We've proven we can get that far. It's just a matter of executing the attacks properly. Or the evades. Give me plenty of time on the walk up, so that's nice. Quick phase 1. Still hit me from so far away. So irritating. I didn't even see him move. I blinked and that happened. What? Did that feel like a frame skipped for you guys? Or was that just me, like, losing concentration? He kind of teleported behind me and said nothing personal, kids. I'm going to have to watch that back. That felt like BS to me. He was too close for the wind-up animation to play. Well, that's not how this works. That feels like hacks to me. I demand a recount. Nice. Pretty clean opening phase. Gonna heal both after that one. No room to heal. No way to dodge. It's easier to dodge that one if you're running left rather than right, but I'm defaulting to going, like, anti-clockwise around this arena. Zoolander instincts kicking in. What is the spacing on that exactly? The spacing is you go left. Okay, let's try this again then. Nice opening pattern. Gives me some chance to counter. Finally one of those that we avoid. And one where I rolled right and I still evaded. Okay, we got the poison at least. Take advantage of that to heal. Good dodges. Ow. Okay, thankfully that one was far enough away that it didn't insta-kill me. Good. Barrage. Okay. Glad he didn't do a guaranteed combo there. Quick heal. Dang it, I never get away far enough for that one. Fortunately, he's been poison ticking down this whole time, so if I just stay the course. Maybe get a couple of clean shots in. Ideally get behind a pillar to heal. Yep, good, okay. Where are you? Come out and play. Quick barrage. Dang it. No. Dang it. So close, dude. I just didn't have the instinct to run towards him when he did that. Because there's 2 attacks that can come out of it. Ugh. Well, yeah, poison definitely helps. Yeah, we're still barely halfway through my supply of arrows. We will prevail, it's just a matter of time. This fight with a bow is rough. Can't wait to get revenge on him with Black Knife later. Hello, can I? Thank you. I'll just be over here healing, don't mind me. Pretty sure the last couple of times I've done this fight with a bow, I have done it with summons as well, so... I'll be honest, this is a very good sign of how far we've come, that I've not had to rely on summons this whole time. Good. Excellent. Poison. Now poison. Yay! Okay, good. Nice. Okay, he did it anyway. But we managed to get away from it, thankfully. Sometimes he, like, bends at unexpected angles when he's out there doing some of these attacks. And so I feel like he evades some of the arrows that I'm firing his way just because of the angle he's at the time. Oh, dang it, okay. Did somebody in chat say this will be the run? Yeah. The strongest curse a streamer can receive. Tantamount only to saying things like, right, I'm locking in. And in this case, using a rune arc, although that's a little specific. Speaking of which, we've got 4 left. We get one for free when we get into Lanedale. Let's see if a little extra health and stamina will give us the edge. So negative reinforcement, I mean... Positive reinforcement is fine. Just want to avoid overconfidence. How much pocket sand does this man have? Heal, because I know he's going to hit that phase 2 soon. There it is. He has renewable sand. Get him. Amazing. Okay, worth. Not worth. Kind of ate the second flask there. Okay. Not terrible. Okay. Nice. Quick heal. That hits so hard if you're mid-roll in the middle of it. Oh, it feels so good to get out of the range of that. Lord knows how I avoided that, but I did. And we're almost there. There we go. Finally, dude. We might have just got the runes there. I can't remember how many you get. As always, first try. I'm going to run to the bathroom, be right back.
The rune of death is unbound. And the lands between are shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. Farewell it is then. You'll be Elden Lord yet.
Oh, how long was I out? There we go, friends. Welcome back. Capital of Ash awaits. And we have to fight Gideon. Although, we are going to be fighting... We need to... I didn't realize we used all of our red flasks in that fight, actually. That was a pretty close one. We do have to... re-up this. Level, maybe by some arrows. Yeah, I think a 50 extra health is going to be worth it. And we'll get a free rune arc from this. Let's go to Kaled Merchant for more fire arrows. Yeah, we do have plenty of runes left for arrows, so that's good at least. Broke Vulture with the Egon references. Very good. Yeah, we're not going to be seeing Egon for a while, unfortunately. There's not a whole lot of weapons that you get from doing Jagged Peak.
How nice.
Inevitably, we'll have to get Egon's Great Bow at some stage, but I miss that lad.
Back unusual. This.
You've got the poison arrows, and that's all of my runes depleted. But we have Maliketh's Remembrance if we need a few extra. Right, back to Capital of Ash, and let's go fight Gideon. This is not going to go well, I imagine. But we have as good a setup as we're going to get, and he will at least give us the opportunity to barrage him with poison first, so hopefully that will go the distance. Egon curses everything. Oh, no, yeah. I imagine people have parodied the heck out of it by now. I've seen the ones that are set to, like, death metal music in the background, and I'm like, yes, this is 100% my jam. I hereby vow, you will rue the day. Yeah, it's very good. Need Egon to curse Gideon, please. The thing about Gideon is that he's just going to get harder if we don't win the first time around. But I'm not expecting to win the first time around. So this is just going to be awkward. But this is the difficulty with ranged weapons. They're not ideal at the PvP of it all.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue.
The one good thing here is that since we haven't done too many of the optional fights, he doesn't have a ton of extra spells. The problem is the ones he does have still hurt a lot. Dang it, I can't believe I got hit by that a second time because I was in the air as it was coming back. I think that's the one strategy we developed last time. It was basically like wait for him to Comet Azure and interrupt his casting animation. Because he basically always pauses while he's moving when he's about to cast it, so... So if we're lucky, we can get a couple of arrows in there. Okay, and that explodes harmlessly because we were nowhere near him. Oh. Okay, he is now poisoned. Dang it, no.
You
Oh,
thought well until now.
he can two-shot me with that as well. That really sucks. Oh. Okay, well. We got a good attempt. We're not going to use a rune arc again because chances are he can screw me out of the remaining supply of them that I have. And I would like to save those. It was going well, though. Yeah, I'll give you that. It was going all right. Problem now is he starts off evading, which kind of sucks. Oh, thanks for the 12 runes back. Yeah. Nice. I love it when he's got an arrow sticking directly out of his ridiculous face. Nice. Okay, he heals in a second. There we go. And he just runs at me because he knows he's got a counter spell. We're getting lucky with the amount he's using Comet Azure here. The timing is working out all right for me. Nice. Want to keep him at range so he can't really use the ring spell, because that's the one that really sucks. Nice, okay, good. Okay, we're one away. Nice. Okay, didn't need the rune arc after all. Gideon had an FP flask and limited mana? Yeah, I wish that too. Oh yeah, of course, he's giving us the extra monologue time to equip the gold scarab. Okay, we might actually get to start Black Knife today as long as the next few fights go well, but Radagon is the wild card. We may end up in a situation where we have to quickly, like, level up a summon or something. Is this the most annoying boss in the game? I would argue no. He's the most annoying character in the game, considering that he is also a boss.
How nice.
Okay, that's topped up the fire arrows. We shouldn't need more poison. If man cannot kill a god, according to Gideon, does this imply only women can kill God? No, it implies that you have to use weapons. I'm not just using myself to kill the god, I'm using a weapon. Seems pretty obvious. The weapon is the thing that you can upgrade to the point where it's like a god-slaying weapon according to the blacksmith, so I mean... It's like, no man can kill me. It's like... Great, I'm using a sword, though. Like, literally, the description of the highest upgrade materials say, the ancient Dragonlord's seat is said to lie beyond time. This stone lightly twists time, allowing the creation of a weapon capable of slaying a god. Which is not to say you have to upgrade to plus 10 or plus 25 in order to beat the game. But it helps. Hey, welcome back, Mika 2. We just beat Gideon, thankfully. And now we are on our way to Godfrey. Which is going to be an interesting fight, but I think at least this fight favors a ranged attack slightly more than Gideon does. So we'll see. Pretty sure someone killed Elden Beast with just fist. Oh yeah, no, people have definitely beaten the entire game with, like, the perfect amount of rolling and unarmed combat. I don't know how they do it, man. It's a test of patience more than anything. It's like, do you want to do a boss fight for 4 hours? Personally, I don't. Just in time for a cutscene, yes. Welcome to the penultimate boss fight, if you count each of these phases as one boss.
Tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand. Alas, I am returned. To be granted audience once more.
Sorry, I'm a little quiet. I was just checking on some threads for recruiting for my Morgott game. We have a couple of confirmed players, so that's good.
Upon my name as Godfrey. The first
One streamer has been on Radagon in the
Elden
DLC
Lord.
for 400 plus hours, has 3k deaths so far. Yeah, I bet. Okay, time to poison this man. He's poisoned. We did it. Okay, now he does the steppy follow-up and we run away. Obviously, it's great that our current attack style favors a lot of jumping attacks because we're going to need them for this next part. There we go. Hoarah! We're going to watch the cutscene this time as well, so apologies to anyone who likes big lions.
That will be all. Thou didst me good service, Sirosh.
And somehow his armor is just gone as well. Really not sure how that works. He didn't do like the Yakuza throw all of your shirt and tuxedo off all at once. Not tuxedo, you know, suit jacket, whatever.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Don't remember that cutscene? It definitely happens. I just skip it every time I do this. Because I'm too impatient to fight Hoarah Loux. I don't want to let my guard down between phases.
Now I fight as Hoarah Loux. Warrior!
And I fight as Black Betty with the Black Bow. At least it gives us plenty of time to fill him with poison. Okay, good time to heal. Thank you for that. Nice. Okay. Thought I rolled that. Apparently I didn't. And unfortunately I think Fire Scorpion Charm reduced my defense just enough that that was going to have the right level of damage. No worries though. We'll go again. Godfrey was a pretty straightforward phase, so Hoarah Loux shouldn't be too bad. I think the poison is definitely helping. And at this stage, if we lose our rune arc again, I might just go and get Radagon's for extra percentage health, stamina, FP. That's the main thing I need it for now. We've got enough faith that we can cast the buffs, so it's really all we need it for. And at least this Godfrey walk-up is a little slower, so plenty of time to inflict poison right away. Time to get shouty. Quick heal here, I think. I didn't execute at the right sort of time, but never mind. Thank goodness that's not a true combo. Ouch. Okay, let's go again. Okay, now I'm just dead instantly. The timing on that, it just didn't barrage when I wanted to barrage, and we're resetting. Let's go get Radagon's Great Rune. Do you think this is the best fight in the entirety of Elden Ring? It's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen, is it Dino or Dino? I'm not sure which way he pronounces it, but yeah, the God run. The Soul Level 1 hitless run of every game. It's pretty impressive. Elden Ring predicted Red Hulk. Yes, that character is played by Harrison Ford. I'm pretty sure the comics predicted Red Hulk, if we're taking this as any kind of indication. Oh, I just realized I'm going to have to shoot these guys with a bow, aren't I? Unless they let me climb this ladder uninhibited. What's the data pack used for Minecraft Bingo? If you do !point bingo in chat, you'll get sent to it. It's basically a world download that has all of the stuff installed, so it's pretty easy. Okay, that didn't go too badly. Be wary of right. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I hate this. This was never a problem for me before. I swear I've done this tower so many times. And for whatever reason, the last couple of attempts, I've just absolutely failed to scale this. Does shield protect against his earthquake? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you... Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure any, like, ground-based, like, spikes or whatever is designed to get past guards. They can't be blocked or parried or whatever. Didn't enjoy this tower. I mean, if you're trying to get everything on the tower, it's a real pain, but... if you're just trying to get inside and then do the parkour on the inside, then that's pretty rough, but it's not the worst. In 5 rounds' time, you'll have such an easy time with Blasphemous Blade. They've nerfed Blasphemous Blade's poise damage. Like, it doesn't interrupt as well as it used to, but it's... yeah, it's a pretty easy win button. Like, the Ash of War is still kind of broken. Same with, Ruin's Greatsword, Grafted Blades, like, a lot of those are, pretty hefty in what they can do. Finishing the whole run today. I mean, we're on the last couple of bosses, so I hope so, but it really depends how we do against Radagon. I think Radagon's Great Rune will give us a little bit more survivability, especially against some of those flying pile driver attacks, but I don't know how we're going to do against Radagon. But if I need to go and level up the Mimic tier or one of the other elite summons, then I don't mind doing that, as long as it's relatively easy to get there. We should already have access to Nokrin, so we can go and get some of the mid-range Gloveworts and stuff. And then we could always just go and beat Valiant Gargoyles to get to Deep Root, and that should get us the rest of them. Trying a counter guard build, any suggestions for a talisman? If you're guard countering, the curved sword talisman is the obvious one. There's a couple in the DLC that are pretty good if you have the DLC. Like, I think the thing about guard counters that people often don't consider is that it stance breaks pretty easily, so you also want to have some stuff that's good for riposts, crits, whatever you call them. Thankfully, Radagon doesn't parry or dodge arrows. Yeah. Okay, now he's poisoned, so that's good. How did that hit me? Come on. Really lucky I zoned out of that, because otherwise the floor spikes might have just taken off the last little tick of my health, and I would have wasted an entire rune arc after all of that. Don't know why I needed the runes, but I did. Phase 2 transition is coming up. About now. Oh, a little bit longer. There it is. Okay, we have poison. Excellent. Now we have the running away from him portion of this fight. And now I'm dead again. Okay. Note to self, don't let health bar get below 2/3. Last rune arc. I think worth it. There's always a couple of other places we can go and get them, but I don't know them off the top of my head. Oh, is there actually info on the new Avatar series? That's cool. I'd heard they were working on it, but didn't know how soon any details of it were actually going to come out. No, that's really cool news. Okay, this has been a pretty straightforward Godfrey so far. Which is why it's great that I'm very close to jeopardizing it. I would like phase 2 now. Thank you. 7 havens. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's me dead. Oh, close. Quick heal, please. We needed that poison. We needed it. Okay, that time I should be able to get away from. Quick heal. Nice, okay, keep it going. Nice.
Tarnished.
Good stuff. That rune arc pays off.
Befits a crown.
Grace ahead. Okay, now we have the challenge. I think we put a couple more into endurance because having extra stamina for barrage, whenever we can get a couple of fire arrows in for this fight, we need to. We can't use poison anymore. Sleep is not going to help. He's very resistant to holy. So we basically have arrows and fire arrows for this. We've got all of our setup, though. I don't know what else we can do besides give this a try. And if it really doesn't look like it's going to work out, then we'll try summoning. But here we go. So the opening strat here is just barrage with fire arrows until he starts blocking. And then we have to roll and counter everything he does. Which doesn't feel good, but we'll try. Then Elden Beast will just be Elden Beast. Honestly, we could switch to poison arrows for Elden Beast just to do physical damage with them. It matters not. This guy's the real test. Here we go. Here we go. Not looking forward to this, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, that's not going to be near good enough damage, is it? We basically have to do that for as long as it takes. Okay, fair. Ow. I need space to heal, and he wasn't giving it to me. Yeah. This is going to be a long fight if we want to do it this way. I still don't think I'm good enough. I mean, I'm not good enough to do it in the next half hour, and I do want to ideally end the stream at some point. So I think, what if two of me could do this? I don't think we need to fight any bosses going down here, except Mimic Tier itself. Mimic's gonna miss so much, I know, but at least it's another target. And the thing about Mimic compared to some other summons is that it can roll. Like, I used Latenna for this, and half the time I basically had to draw Radagon's aggro away from her because she can't move. Really, all I need is him back turned so I can consistently attack, instead of having to counterpunch the entire fight. Also, if I really wanted to, I could just give Mimic a sword. The other reason Mimic Tier is great is because it does not need mana to cast, even though I have a pretty decent FP. It uses health, so you can basically always afford it, provided that you've leveled Vigor. Which is one of the other reasons that this is such an excellent summon to use. I've never tried Mimic Tier with the bow either, so... Only thing is, I'm not sure where to get all of the Gloveworts. Because I don't think we have any yet. I haven't been to Shifra River. I think there's some that you end up doing Rani's quest for. This at least gets us the bell bearing that lets us buy 1s and 2s. I think there's some over here. Those are just 3s. Is there any more in there? No, okay. Can find like 7 Great Ghost ones in the DLC. Yeah, and it's pretty easy to get one from here. All you have to do is reach the chest at the end with the Finger Slayer blade in it. Swashbuckling. Consider your buckle swashed. If we give the Mimic Tear a Sacred Seal, but only Flame Grant Me Strength and Golden Vow. What will he do? One of these days I'll get the lightning pot. The answer is he will roll pretty much exclusively. Honestly, I'm gonna just pick a weapon that I can use. Even though this is like so poorly leveled. Flame grant you strength, hey? Okay, that was slightly better than using the bow the entire time. 2 level tiers. Okay. We got to go and get the Mimic Tier summon and level it before we attempt Radagon. We can't do a whole lot about Radagon yet. And I don't know for certain where all of the ghost gloveworts are, because I know there are grave gloveworts around some places, but the ghost ones I'm less certain of. Like, is there one up here? I know there's some stuff around here. I think it might be up here on this monument. There's one that's like down here. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, that's a 5, so that's good. Well, almost died. Yep, forgetting about that part. Don't just jump into water, kids. You might not know how deep it is. Just bathing Torrent there. Just took Torrent for a dip. He should be fine in water. His name's Torrent. Just checking the Red Wolf isn't following me. There's another rune arc on the way down here as well. Torrent is the real MVP of this game. Yep. Entirely correct. Yeah. I know there's at least... There's a Ghost Glove Wart that we have to get from Gelmir Hero's Grave or something like that. I think it's one of those. I hope I have a Stone Sword key. It occurred to me that that's a consideration here. Wish the Radagon fight was that easy. Seems familiar. So we've got 3, 5, and 9. Oh, gosh. We should be able to get the 10 from down here, of course. Just run past all of this garbage. Hey, you want to get rolled on by a ball? Apparently you're just chilling, okay? Fair. I'll take it. Don't mind me, lads. Don't mind me. Just here to take the treasure, that's all. Does Mimic block if given a colossal weapon? I don't know. I'm not destined to open this? Oh, come on. Do I really have to do Rani's whole deal? That sucks. Where can I find another one? I've got up to 9 anyway. I feel like I should be good, but... Never mind. No Rani, no deal? Yeah. Unfortunate. We'll get the Grace all the way down here, and if we want to come back here, then we can. Otherwise, there'll be a few here and there. But I think we want to do Valiant Gargoyles so we can get through to Deep Root Depths for some more quick glove warts. Because we can buy 1 and 2. We have 3. We need 4, 6, 7, 8, and ideally 10. Again, it really depends how much Mimic Tear is going to help. Because if it turns out it's not helping much when we fight Radagon, then we are just going to have to do this another time, and I will tack on the end of this run to the beginning of the next when we return on Thursday. We're in, lads. The last bow run Mimic helped. Last bow run we had Redmane Knight Ogre, and before that we had Latena the Albinoric. So I've done a few with summon help, but none with Mimic Tier, I don't think. Or was that the crossbow run we did with Ogre? I can't remember. My memory may not be super accurate here. Well, time for Valiant Gargs. is the worst part of this fight. I mean, no, the worst part of this fight is when the other one comes in and starts doing the same thing, but... They both just dodge the arrows. That's hilarious. Okay, phase 1 done. Now this guy sidesteps McGee. Oh, nice, good headshot. Never know how to dodge these guys' patterns, but fortunately he stopped dodging mine. Funny thing is, this fight is only easy with a bow because I'm at endgame. Like, I genuinely don't think we would be doing this well if I hadn't got to, like, level 130 or whatever we're at right now. Alright, that's that. We're in deep roots. Can't wait to come back with these gargoyle weapons later. When we hit the G's in about 100 weapons time. This is probably the boss that killed you the most the first time you played through? Excuse me. Yeah, same, actually. Genuinely thought that this was taking us to just the next phase of the game. Not like an end game area, pretty much. How's the bow treating you in comparison to melee weapons in general? I mean, it sucks compared to melee weapons, but you've really got to keep the perspective that these are meant to be support weapons primarily. And so using them as a main weapon is going to be a challenge, and if you're up to the challenge, then it's a real hoot. I think most of the Ghost Glovewort is actually going to be over with the buildings over here, right? So we don't need to really mess around too much in this area. We just need to head for the Forsaken City or whatever it's called. Mainly use bows for attention grabbing. Yeah, people use them to like distract enemies or guide the Knights Cavalry off the cliff or whatever it happens to be, right? Bug warning. Okay, there's a Ghost Glovewort 4. So we've now got 1 through 5 covered. I'm pretty sure there are 6s and 7s around here. But I might have to look up where. I'm getting the map here just in case I need a map reference. It's content warning bug. Not seeing this part? Yeah, I don't come here very often. I think the only time we've come here recently has been on the Battle Axe run where we're doing all bosses, because there's 3 bosses basically at the top of this area. Oh wait, no, there's 1 over here and then there's 2 up there. Although the 2 up there is more like multiple guys. Okay, that's another 5. So like I said, we have 1 through 5 covered. Is there one down here? Yes, okay, I remember. That's a 6. So now we need 7 and 8 from somewhere. Another 6. Wonderful. At least if we have duplicates, that means if Mimic Tier doesn't work out, we can level somebody else. Absolutely avoiding all the basilisks around here because they suck. And is there anything else around here we can grab? Or is it all in Ainsel River, Maine? It might be. What's this? Oh, fun. Know any build guide websites? I mean, Fextra has most of them. Fextra Life Wiki. If you just search for Elden Ring Wiki, it's the first result. Okay, there isn't a treasure behind here. I was lied to by everything I've ever read. Anything else? I know there's a cave somewhere here with a bear in it, but I don't think this has... No, it doesn't have any of the gloveworts. So I don't know where we're getting the 7s and 8s from unless we just end up doing Rani's quests. Or go to some of the areas in the DLC, but I really don't want to do that. Wait, what are you? Another 5. Okay, that was nothing. Right, this is the 5s and 6s area then. Let's at least go back to Roderica and get the Mimic Tier leveled up to whatever the heck.
Don't worry, I'll continue, which is why his roots, he won't, his shack is high.
We did set up spirit tuning earlier, so fortunately we're good. Oh yeah, we need to buy the other ones, don't we? 7 is near Siluria. Really? Okay, so we can go back that way. There's a 9 in the Dynasty Mausoleum. Yeah, I've got that one already. I need an 8 now. And a 10. But the 10 is just a matter of going to see Rani and then going back and opening that one chest. She's like, oh, you come at the basically the final hour before you become the Elden Lord to help me do my thing. Okay, we've got to +6. We can get +7 from the Siluria. Oh wait, no, hang on, I just went to the wrong place. I forget that Deep Root Depths is up here. So yeah, Nameless Eternal City is like right there. Mogwin Palace near the palace approach. Oh, great. That's actually really helpful. Because A, I know where that is, and B, we've been there plenty already. So there's a 7 over here somewhere. So, like, in the bushes with these lads, or... A lot of dew-kissed herba. Melty mushrooms. Oh, here. Ah. Wonderful. And now I'm trapped. Just kidding. Bye-bye. I'm on the roof. For a stone sword key. And palace approach. Is it up the hill or down the hill? I guess there's obviously some in the swamp bit around here that I never really go to. And there's a couple of extra runes up here, I know. Yeah. And this bit that I, like, never really hop to. Because I always come back through the Vare way of getting in here. Oh, yikes. Forgot about them. I want to say it's over here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, good, good, good. And I believe there's even a 10 somewhere else here. I think it's in the room with all of the dudes. Just before midpoint. Not now, Vare. Yeah, it's in this part. This is a great one. Ignore these guys, they're nothing. Although I will need to remember my way out of here. Oh, right, there we go. Let me on the rock, please. Let me on the rock. Thank you. And now I leave again. I'm being followed by a bass clarinet that's not letting me leave. Okay, we now have everything we should need to level up the Mimic Tier to full. We can crush these remembrances, because they will not help us. And honestly, if we needed to farm some more runes, we've got the bird, but I think this may help. Oh yeah, we need a bit more. Bit more. Fortunately, we just picked this up, and that should cover it.
I see.
Oh, expensive, but we did it. Let's put that on left. Which of these weapons runs could inspire me to do some PvP? None, because I just don't have the attitude for PvP at all. Frankly, I'm much more happy fighting the computer opponents. Okay, we're going to use this before going in. I think I'll give... Honestly, Mimic Tier is not going to do super well if I give them any weapons, because I haven't actually leveled any of the weapons. So let's see how well we do versus Radagon with Mimic Tier. I'm still going to open with Barrage. And let's hope we pull through. Well, that's a pretty big chunk of my health off, but fortunately, the damage is done. That's right, Mimics here. You get him. We're basically just going to be trading aggro here. I think the main problem is that the Mimic Tier is going to take a lot of hits. Just because it's not very good at countering Radagon strats compared to the experience I've had with this fight now. But it does roll, so that's good. Yeah. Get messed up, Radders. Alright, this hasn't gone too badly so far. Just gotta hope the Mimic Tier can keep it together for these last few punches. Okay, neither of us got caught up in that, except... Actually, the Mimic Tier kind of did. That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, no, Mimic Tier's dead, but... This should be it for Radagon. Okay, now we change up our arrows. And we see if we can beat Elden Beast. I'm genuinely not sure about this one, but at least it doesn't parry arrows the way Radagon does. I don't have the option to summon Mimic Tier again, so it's unfortunate that he didn't make his way through that fight, but hopefully it keeps Elden Beast somewhat predictable for a single-player attempt. I will have to go after this because we do have a chicken in the oven that I need to take out, but... If this attempt fails, 07's in the chat, and we'll try again on Thursday. And I'll do a little bit more scouting around for stuff like Rune Arcs, maybe. Chloe Wiggle Beast is here. And of course the first thing it's going to do is... fire. So the first thing we're going to do is get behind it and barrage. Barrage is going to be the name of the game here, I think, just to inflict quicker bursts of damage, but this isn't going to be great. First time I've been hit by the grab for a while. I'm still standing. Okay, Torrent, you got this. Nice. The other great thing about Elden Beast is that it's very big, so we can't really miss. Happily take a heal there, I think. Okay, glad I dodged that one, because that would not have been good. And this is the bit where I'm going to get back on Torrent, because don't want to mess with Elden Stars. Or this, for that matter. Well, rip. We got pretty well through that. That would not have been too bad if we'd had a few more health flasks and I was better at horse dodges. But I think we are going to leave it there for tonight. Because while Radagon was a bit of a challenge, we do need to be able to get past that a little better. And yeah, I need to farm a few runes, farm a few arrows. We'll be back to finish this off and start the Black Knife run on Thursday, my friends. But yeah, we've basically made it to the end of the game, so hopefully that will not be too bad once we return on Thursday to conclude the run. In the meantime, I'm going to send you folks off to somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch. And B, who popped in earlier, is currently live doing a randomizer speed run, trying to set a first PB. So it looks like it's going to be a fun stream. B's chat is an adult's place, adult language, adult conversation, that kind of thing. So if that's a concern for you, of course, feel free to click away. I know it's Elden Ring, but on occasion I do try and keep things family-friendly where possible. And yeah, folks, thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again on Thursday for another one. Until then, take care. Bye for now.